Joining me now to make some sense out of all this, criminal defense attorney and Jackson insider Tom Mesereau, who famously defended Michael Jackson in his 2005 molestation trial. Along with us, Marco Gonzalez, senior reporter for X17 Online. Thank you both. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marco, I know that you're quite familiar with the Jackson family dynamic, but first let me show a graphic to illustrate that dynamic pretty clearly here. On one side, you have Janet, Rebbie, Jermaine, and Randy, and then on the other side, Marlon, Jackie, Tito, TJ, and Michael's kids, Prince and Paris. Why did Katherine get taken to this Arizona spa by 4 of her children to begin with, Marco?
Randy, it's been quite the dramatic week for the Jackson family. And when the story came out that she was reported missing, you know, I immediately contacted my sources within the family and they said, "What? She's not missing. She merely is taking a break. She's resting at a resort in Arizona." And I did not mention what the resort was just to keep her privacy. Eventually it did come out that it was Miraval. But they said, you know, she's relaxing with Rebbie, her daughter, and playing Uno. And I said, I need photographic proof. Please send me a photo of what she's doing. So sure enough, I was sent the photo that went around the world. There she is playing Uno. And people around the world love seeing her smiling. And there's Rebbie right in the front on the left-hand side, holding up the cards. And, you know, Katherine was reportedly, they were saying she was drugged and she was propped up for the photo. I mean, honestly, I mean, she's happy, she's smiling there. And Katherine herself said in an interview that she was not drugged. That is absolutely absurd. And of course, once the world found out that Katherine wasn't missing and that she was in Arizona safe, well, that's when all the tweets started happening from Paris Jackson saying, "Where is my mother? I demand seeing her." And well, the family wanted to make sure that Paris, Prince, and Blanket were able to talk to their grandmother. And that's when that confrontation, I'm assuming we're going to be talking about, happened last Monday.
Marco, let's talk about the surveillance video that you mentioned just a moment ago. We got a glimpse of it there for a second, showing Janet confronting her niece, Paris, outside Katherine's home in LA. We show you who's who there. There was talk of slapping, fighting, headlocks. I mean, what do you know about what really happened there? And what did Janet and Jermaine really want from Paris?
Well, I was told this confrontation wasn't going to be a confrontation to begin with. Randy, Janet, Jermaine, and Rebbie's son, Austin, had gone to the home to merely tell Paris and Prince that they are more than welcome to see their grandmother anytime they want. And what happened was Trent Jackson, who lives there with Katherine, he is the son of Joe Jackson's brother. He and the security would not allow Janet and Randy into the home, their mother's home. So of course that caused tension, and they had no idea they were being videotaped from inside the house. And so what you see there is Paris talking to Janet. There were reports on various websites saying that Janet slapped Paris, and Janet absolutely said that's absurd. And as you see in the footage, let's look at that footage right there. You see Janet holding up her cell phone, and that was merely to protect themselves because they said that this exact thing would happen. The story would be spun that there was slapping and that she called her the B word and all this stuff, where they have that footage, I mean, to prove that that did not happen. But the fact of the matter is that Katherine's own children weren't allowed inside her home. They were instructed, apparently by security, that they could not come in.
Right. I mean, what is next for the family? Are both sides even talking?
Well, there is a bit of a rift, obviously, but their main concern is their grandmother. And, you know, the fact of the matter is that X17Online.com reported that Paris herself confided in a cousin that her tweets are being manipulated. Paris is 14 years old, and she was a girl who was barely putting out the family's information on Twitter, nonetheless. But now she seems to be tweeting everything. And Katherine, I'm told, specifically has told her granddaughter, do not tweet. You should be in summer school. You should be focusing elsewhere. But I mean, her tweets make news around the world. And now, you know, the family has to move forward. And frankly, the will is really going to be an upcoming issue, especially with Randy Jackson, who just tweeted recently that this whole confrontation was set up by the executors of the estate. This is sources from the family are telling me that the executors, including Branca, McLean, and Howard Weitzman, are behind this whole mystery disappearance of Katherine Jackson to sway away from the will being fraudulent.
Right. A lot of allegations being thrown around.